Welcome Walla Walla to the start of another school year. In some reassuring ways, we're back to normal. Kids in schools, choir classes, fall sports in the fall. But we don't know what the pandemic will bring. The adaptability, perseverance, and grace under pressure you demonstrated last year will probably be called upon again. On behalf of the whole school board, we appreciate all your work and we'll support you in any way we can. Good luck and thank you.
Faculty, guest teachers, substitutes, and educational partners, welcome back to the 2021-22 school year. I had so hoped over the summer we would be back together in the Wahai Gym for our annual kickoff in-service celebration. It seems like it has been forever since we last met as an entire district. And while it's only been 2 years, wow, how things changed since we last filled the big gym on a warm August morning. In preparation for this video, I took some time to go back and review my August 2019 message. While the last 18 months has all but blurred what our life and reality was like together before, I was inspired as I reminded myself of where we were as we kicked off the 2019-20 school year, long before any of us had ever heard of COVID-19. We were in the process of celebrating year 3 of our strategic plan. We admired the fact that we were really finding our stride, getting good at our work. As we reflected on our progress together, we had so much to celebrate. Every single student performance measure that we identified as needing improvement was on the rise. 6 years ago, when we began this work together, we found ourselves performing, in some cases, well below the state average on key success indicators. However, fast forward to the fall of 2019, we were celebrating for the first time in recent history growth across the board, most of which now exceeded statewide results. For example, our 9th grade on track, at one time over 10% below the state levels, now surpassed them. Our English language proficiency scores topped our counterparts for the first time ever. And our graduation rates, once below statewide levels, had improved by 15%, nearly double digits above the state. Hispanic graduation rates were at an all-time high, post-secondary remediation rates were down, special education success up, and we were experiencing promising trends in our reading and math assessments. And while we knew we still had work to do, the expertise and energy each and every one of you were putting in with your collaborative teams, departments, and colleagues was really paying off. And while academic success is essential to our work together, we also knew that culture, relationships, and social emotional supports were also critical. Together, focusing on our strategic initiatives where we were supporting high-quality instruction, creating aligned and coherent systems, focusing intentionally on the social emotional needs of our students, and ensuring safe and engaging environments where all belong, our non-academic indicators, similarly in 2019, were also pointed towards a promising direction. Student and parent positive feedback was at an all-time high on our annual surveys. Behaviors were down, attendance was up. Community support, likewise, was extraordinary. Stakeholder attitude surveys were very strong, and we had just come off of passing the largest school bond in history at one of the highest passing rates ever. Just a few months later, our community approved our learning levy at one of the highest approval rates passed statewide during that election cycle. Our future was bright, and we entered that fall together with a collective excitement, passion, and momentum. Nothing would take us off course. That is, until COVID hit us smack in the face just months later. And while I continue to be immensely proud and humbled by all of you for your effort, energy, and creativity during these last 18 months, now is the time that we need to pivot and pick up where we left off together nearly 2 years ago. We need to remind ourselves how far we had come and the trajectory that we were on, and why we will never go back completely to pre-COVID normal. Heck, we have learned, adapted, and grown as a result. We do need to recenter our energy and focus and regain the momentum we were experiencing together before the pandemic struck. For some of us, this won't be difficult. Many were here when we kicked off our efforts 6 years ago together and recall our tremendous accomplishments. However, we also need to realize that many of us were not here and have no understanding of how significant our progress had been together. In fact, if we were holding this in-service today, in person, and honored our new hires by having everyone who hadn't come up on stage to be recognized as a new employee per our tradition, nearly 1 in 5 faculty would be approaching the podium for introductions. Yes, taking into account new hires over the last 2 years and the dozens of new employees our school board has invested in to support students and staff in our recovery, nearly 20% of our colleagues never experienced our pre-COVID culture and success. While this is both historic and exciting, welcoming in so many new faculty, I need to lean on you, veteran teachers, to welcome our new staff to our schools, our grade level teams, and our departments. This is best achieved by actively engaging in what had led to our pre-pandemic academic and cultural success, our collaborative teams, and collective commitments to each other and to our students. Focus together on your practitioner-developed essential standards and share your practices and experiences, positive and negative. Share what's working and what's not. Newer teachers, learn from your veteran colleagues and their experience, and veteran staff, embrace the new ideas and energy your new colleagues bring to your team. While we had all hoped last spring that COVID would be behind us and we'd be celebrating this experience in person, we know that is just a matter of time that we will have this virus kicked, masks removed, and potlucks returning to our staff rooms. While current circumstances are certainly not ideal, we need to be thankful that we are back in person, on the field, and on the stages. We are completing historic renovations across our campuses. We have students back full-time this year, and we are investing millions of dollars in support of our students and each other. We realized before that by working together, collaboratively, we can accomplish anything. I'm confident that this same approach will quickly land us back, celebrating our collective success together as we continue to aspire towards developing Washington's most sought-after graduates. Stay safe and have an outstanding school year.